Good morning. What is up, you guys? It's actually like 8:30 right now, and just got out of work from my overnight job. And just get cracking on this whole situation that we are seeing right now. If I haven't mentioned yet already on my Instagram story, this was a truck that I bought a couple months back, and this was supposed to be like my new daily and full-time daily, like to use around, just like haul parts and throw trash, with the truck. So I bought this off marketplace from a private seller for a good chunk of money. And once I got this car registered and about to go get it inspected, it failed. So nothing wrong with the motor, no engine issues whatsoever. Everything in the front is fine. The only bad issue it had with this truck was the whole frame. When I looked at the truck from the beginning, the first time, I absolutely loved it, and I wanted to make sure everything was good, good to go, ready to register and inspect and ready to drive, right? So I buy this from this private seller off marketplace. I go see it for the first time. I test drove it, drove fine, and it drove fine and all. So, and I looked underneath the truck, and from my view from underneath, I didn't have a jack or anything to jack up, the rear, just to see any more deeper, around the frame. I was only able to see what I could see. From my view, the whole thing was just covered in dirt, like dried up, regular dirt, just covered, like it was on a mud puddle. I didn't want to be that guy, that's on someone's property on a driveway and, knocking down all the dirt off the frame just so I can double check to make sure there's nothing being covered up, no cracks, like that whatsoever. I didn't want to leave a mess if I wasn't going to buy the truck the first time. I came back the second time to get, to buy the truck because I really wanted it after I checked it out, especially if it drove good. And for the price, I couldn't beat it, This truck only has 88. When I first got it, it had 84,000 miles. Now it has 88 because I had to drive it for a little bit of time just so I can figure out the situation, how I'm gonna handle this, how am I gonna where and when am I gonna start working on this and stuff. So it started to become a shit show with the previous owner, where we're going back and forth, whether if he will take the truck back after he found out. I sent him photos of the damage of, the cab mounts, which are underneath, which also had to be replaced. So they're right underneath the cab from the driver's side and the back seats. And we have a plan to replace those. I know we only have one lift. Usually people will just lift up the cab with the lift and they just replace the mounts, but we have another plan which I will explain later on once we get to that. Our main objective is just gonna be working on the rear first and work our way towards the front. This guy pretty much sprayed insulation foam through the cross member that's still attached to the gas tank, which I will explain. One bolt was stripped on one side, so we weren't able to break that loose, so we just decided to get the Sawzall with the Milwaukee blade, and that bitch just cut right through, easy peasy. So I'll start from this end all the way to the other end, and this here that I'm ripping out, that's foam. So the whole cross member under here is all bursted. All this styrofoam came from the underside that was through here. It was just all covered up, blocking all this damage that you're seeing. So it's not very good, to have a truck with holes in the frame like this. And again, I've never seen this happen. I've never seen anyone throw insulation foam through metal just to keep it supportive. That is completely bullshit. I've already went over with the hammer and just did some love bangs around it here and over there. and just to make sure just to find, you know, the weak points and points that are just still strong. And the whole frame majority is still holding up pretty good. These are all still solid. We just have to do a lot of wire wheeling and a lot of grinding just to get all this rust out. And especially we have to get it to bare metal on the spots like where we're gonna cut and weld in the future. So these mounts look pretty good so far. It's the cab mounts that are underneath that are kind of destroyed and just messed up.
Shit. Awesome.
Yeah.
You got that phone, boy.
I didn't hear metal fall. I heard it just heavy
Yeah,
fall.
I know, right? Heavy fucking piece of wood.
It's a fucking heavy fall. Oh my god, that's all foam. It doesn't sound like metal anymore. I'm gonna show you the front right now actually, and you guys can tell me whether if this repair is even worth it, or if you guys think that's nothing, you can, you know, it's an easy repair, just gotta have some metal around, but you tell me. I'm gonna show you guys right now. So, hope you guys can see with the light. So pretty much this is the rest of the rust that's underneath the cab. As you can see, that mount right there, that's pretty much gone. It's horrible. That's nothing right now. And as I'm moving down, I always feel like these are all cracks, but that's just like the old undercoat cracking that's covered under the metal. There's one of them as well. This is another one that's completely gone. I hope I'm getting you guys a good angle. If I'm not, I'm sorry. I'm sure you guys can see that, right? Yeah, that's mangled, that's gone. This one needs to come off. Being held up, so I feel like as soon as I take this step off, I'm like worried whether everything's gonna crumple down, because I feel this is what's holding the rest of the metal together, bolted on, but it is what it is. I'm just not sure whether, oh yeah, there's that hole too. So that's not normal. That's a fucking hole with a bolt in the middle. So that's supposed to be tied into something that no longer is. I don't know. Same story on that side too. Along down the way. The rest of the metal on the front end where the engine sits around that bay, it's fine. It's just the sides here. Same story on the passenger side. You can already see that hole across from me. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah, you can definitely see the hole across from me from this view. So that's one we gotta fix. But yeah, I know, like I said before in the video, this is my first truck that I've ever owned. I'm sure everyone's out there has been on the same shoes, where they bought a truck and they didn't look twice on the damage, or they got fooled by the by the seller, and whether or not they should, you know, fix it or sell it as is for cheaper. And there's that other mount. That's also gone. the more I look at this, I'm just thinking whether if this is still worth fixing or not. Obviously, it's just a lot of shit that needs to come undone. I know this cross member, this support bar that goes across the chassis needs to come off. Once that comes off, all this is gonna crumple down, and we're gonna be seeing a lot of foam, as you can see in this hole. So, oh man, I already threw some PP blaster on these bolts. I'm not sure whether that's gonna do anything. These bolts are like halfway gone. I'm at a point whether if I should just cut the arms right off right over here with a sawzall or angle grinder if these bolts don't come off. I have another way too, but it's just gonna add more work for me. If I just take these bolts off, including on the other side, the steps will come off, but the bracket will still be on, and we don't need the bracket as well. The bracket's gonna come. The bracket has to come off. So yeah, I'm gonna go at it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go at it today. I'm gonna try if I can get those steps out at least, and the rest of the framework I'm gonna just leave it as that and wait until we finish the rear. And then once we finish the rear, hopefully we can connect the gas tank back up and, you know, move the truck forward a little bit. We'll move it out just enough, that way we can take out the bed, lower the bed off the lift, and take it off, somehow find a way to move it aside, and then pull the truck back in, but forward instead of reverse, and aim it with the lift, have it prepped underneath the cab, and just undo the bolts carefully, and little by little lift it up. So that's my plan, hopefully. Right now I'm just waiting for the new cross members to come in the mail. I already ordered them a couple days ago. Hopefully come this week. It's going through. It's going through. Just, I'm in an awkward position. That is all. I'm not seeing any fucking good views. There we go. Is that away for you guys? No. Actually, it kind of is, but you guys know what I'm doing. I already went over the fucking introduction. I don't want to do that. Oh, there we go. If you guys can see, I hope you guys can. If it's blurry this whole time, I am very sorry. There we go. She is out, boys. Holy moly. Man, here we go though. Let me just see. So I'm almost out of the woods, but this is still part of the bracket, like I said. Hopefully maybe I can just loosen these bolts. Hopefully they're not a pain as these ones here, since like they're already gone. Same story on that side. But yeah, here we go. So this is a full glimpse of it. I don't even know anymore, but anyway, so we got that out. Shit, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead. I let that get to my head. I'm just trying to get a little bit of rust off of the bolt, just so the socket, whatever size it is, either 15 or 14 can go on good, just so it grabs a good grip. Pretty sure it's a 14 because the 15 felt a little loose, so it's hard to tell. Please don't strip. Don't know if it's 15 works. Huh, there's nowhere to grab it. Does not want to budge. What the fuck, dude? Honestly, I don't think these are coming out. I don't even have a bolt extractor, and I feel that's not even gonna work if I even go out and spend the money for this kind of situation. It's almost there. Well, one down, one to go. So I'm gonna end it right there for part one for this teardown truck repair, and I'm just gonna end it right here for part one and just clean up and take care of the rest of the mount on the other side really quick and call it. All right, guys, stay tuned and see you guys later. Peace.